is a 12-year-old mathamagician, and he had seen an online video of a good friend of mine, a man by the name of Art Benjamin, who's actually a longtime friend of kind of skeptic world, magic world. He's actually a college math instructor. I guess Art had performed at TED. You could probably still see that. And this young man was inspired by that and got interested in the art and science of performing essentially mental mathematics on stage. So he began with a 5th grade talent show in May of 2010. Only a month later, joined Dr. Benjamin on stage at the World Science Festival in New York City. Since then, he's performed at the Chicago Toy and Game Fair, the World Science Festival, Street Fair, Skeptic Camp, Boston Skeptics, various schools throughout Connecticut. And he also writes his own blog at coolmathstuff.com. And you are going to have your minds blown by Ethan Brown.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ethan Brown, and today I will be performing something called Mathamagics. Before I start, I just want to mention that it's not really a combination of math and magic. It's more math with jazz hands. But if you'd prefer to call it Mathapalooza or something like that, I'll be okay with it. I first started learning mathamagics around 2 years ago from a man named Dr. Arthur Benjamin, who some of you may have heard of or seen before. If you haven't, he's a professor of mathematics out in Claremont, California, and does these mathamagics presentations all over the world. He taught me his tricks and even gave me the honor of performing alongside him on stage on several occasions, including at the World Science Festival in New York City. So today, I'm going to show you some of the things that I've learned. To get us started, if you have a calculator, could you please take it out now? And while you're getting those out, can someone give me a 2-digit number? Okay. I'd like everyone to multiply 23 times 23 on their calculators. Did everyone get the number 529? Yes? I'll take that as a yes. Good. So what we just did there is we squared the number 23. What that means is we multiplied it by itself. For example, 4 squared would be 16, exactly. So can someone else give me a 2-digit number? Raise your hands. Okay, go ahead. 81. 81 squared is 6,561. Yes. And one more 2-digit number, right back there. 57 squared is, that should be 3,249. Thank you very much. Now let me take that up a notch. This time I'm going to try to square some 3-digit numbers. These are definitely going to take me more time, so I'm going to try to get the answer as quickly as possible, and I will try and be correct. So someone for a 3-digit number? Anybody? Okay, right here. 294. Hold on one second. 86,136. Close. Okay, give me one more shot. 294, you said? Okay. Did I just say 86,136? Okay. Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with this one. Let me come back to that. I'll talk to you later. Let's get another, let me try one more.
666.
I won't ask why. That's 443,556. Thank you very much. Okay, I know what you all are thinking. You're thinking, yes, that may be impressive, but can he do it backwards? Of course, I was kidding there, but really, what is the reverse or backwards of squaring a number? Square rooting, right? We're going to do this a little differently than, actually, can someone just raise their hands with a 4-digit number? Yes? 1123. I'm going to try to square root that approximately. That should be around 33.2 in that range. Anyone can check? Yeah? Okay. I was close. But the digits go on forever, right? Or it seems like it. No, they actually do go on forever. And it would take me the whole show long to get any of the other digits, and that would be a really boring show. So to make this a little quicker, what I'd like you guys to do is start with a 2-digit number, and then I want you to square it, give me the answer, and I'll try to tell you the 2-digit number that you started with. So you already have an answer? 3,249. The square root of that should be 57. Let me get one more person right here. 7,569. The square root of 7,569 is 87. Thank you. Let me take that up a notch. This time I'll have you start with a 3-digit number. Tell me when you have an answer. Great. What answer did you get? 329,476. Is that correct? Okay. This is tough. It's in the 500s, 570s. Got it. The square root of 329,476 is 574. Thank you. The opposite of squaring is square rooting. The opposite of cubing is cube rooting. So now I'm going to move into some cube rooting here. What I'd like you to do is type a 2-digit number into your calculator, and I want you to cube it. So, for instance, if you did 4, you'd do 4 times 4 times 4, and that would be 64. This time, do it with a 2-digit number, and raise your hand when you have an answer. Okay, right here. 1,728. Did you start with the number 12? Okay. That one was a little small. Let's bump it up a little bit. It was a good choice, though. Okay, right here. 274,625. Okay, 274,625. Did you start with the number 65? Thank you. I don't know if you knew this already, but that is actually one of the easiest things I do in my show. And if you'd like to know it afterwards, I could probably teach it to you in about 3 minutes. But what's a lot harder is to find the cube root of the cube of a 3-digit number. So I'd like someone to type a 3-digit number into their calculator. I want you to cube it and tell me the answer. Okay, right here in the blue, what answer did you get? 341,536,099. Is this correct? Yes. Good. Give me a moment here. This is actually probably the toughest thing I do in my show. Is the cube root of that 699? Yes. Thank you. Before I move on, I just want to mention that, let me put this down. I just want to mention that on May 6th, I'm going to be hosting a fundraising event for my town library, the Bethel Public Library, where I will be attempting to establish a new world record. I'm going to be attempting to recite from memory 2,000 digits of a number called tau. Now, tau is basically 2 times pi, and many mathematicians want tau to be the number associated with circles, not pi. We're going to be having a whole event including magic, raffles, contests. We even have Desra the Strange. Desra, are you here right now? Desra has a really cool act, and if you haven't seen it, you have to check it out. And the best way to do that is to go up to him after the show and get a business card. Or you can go onto the website tau2000.com. And if you're in the area and you'd like to attend the event, that would be great. Or you can go on there to pledge your support. Moving on with the show, I'm going to try to take the squaring that we did earlier one step further. I squared 2-digit numbers, I squared 3-digit numbers, but I never squared a 4-digit number. So let me try to do that now. I'm going to do this problem thinking out loud. Let me show you what I mean. Let me get my 4-digit number to do this. How about I have the 4 of you right here? Each of you give me a digit from 0 to 9 that will create the 4-digit number that I will square. So go ahead. 7, 7, 4, 0. That's a 3-digit number with 2 zeros at the end when you square it. It's a little hard to explain, but basically this is 774 squared. So, okay. Or would you like to change the 0? Or you can make it easy on me. Okay, 2. Very original. Okay, 7,742 squared. Let me see how I'm going to do that. First, I'm going to do 7,484 times 8,000, 7,484 times 8,000. So 56, 592. 8 times 8 is 64, so that's 5,984, 59872. Yeah, that seems right. So I can say 59 million. Take the 872. Every number has a word. 872 has the word Viking. Okay. Next, I'll do 258 squared. 258, that's 216 times 300, which is 648, plus 42 squared is 48 plus. It's 66,564. What's a good word for that? Lusher, if I need it, lusher. Take the 66, add that to Viking to get 938,564. Thank you. Let me just mention one thing before I go into my grand finale. In that problem, you heard some words in there. I used the word Viking and lusher, if that's a word. And that's all based on a phonetic code that is used to turn the numbers into words. Since words are easier to remember than numbers, I'll store the numbers as words and later retrieve them as numbers. And let me show you what that is. For instance, the number 7,917 actually correlates with the word skeptic using this code. Interestingly, the number 7,917 can also be turned into the word psychopathic. Correlation or causation. For my grand finale, how many of you have heard of a magic square before? 126 of you, great. Magic squares are generally done where the audience gives the performer a number from somewhere around 50 to 100. They then have to create the magic square to make it so every row and every column add up to that number. However, I approach it a little differently. I have audience volunteers give me numbers to start with. Next, I have to figure out what number I can make the magic square add up to. Finally, I try to fill in the magic square before my show runs out of time. Let's get our volunteers. To make this a little more random, let's base it off of topics of interest. You guys are all into science, right? Yeah. I'm in 7th grade, and in school this year, we're studying biology. Who here is a fan of biology? Lots of people. Keep your hands up if you are. Okay, how about we go with right here. Can you please stand up where you are? Now, my favorite area of science is actually astronomy. Who here is a fan of astronomy? Let's go right here. We all know you're a fan of astronomy. You said you'd give me a hard number. And lastly, who here is just a fan of science in general? Okay, right here, can you please stand up? So what I'd like the three of you to do is to imagine that the squares are numbered from 1 to 16. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So this would be 1, this would be 16, 13, 6. You guys get the idea. What I'd like you to do, give me a number from 1 to 16. 15, is this the square you'd like? Well, it's square 15. And now give me a number from 1 to 20 to put there. 12. Okay, next. Number from 1 to 16? 3. And 1 to 20? 17. Very difficult. Lastly, 1 to 16? 5. And 1 to 20? 3. Okay. You guys filled in 3 numbers. Now, I'm going to try to fill in 3 numbers. Let's see what I can do here. Actually, let me just fill in the rest of it. Ooh. That's cool. Yeah. Perfect. Almost done. At this point, I would like to mention that there were 4.48 million possible combinations of numbers, squares, and totals that our volunteers could have chosen. And it took me a really long time to memorize them all. Let's see if I was able to make it work. Let's take the first row. We have 14 plus 7 is 21 plus 17 is 38 plus 4 is 42. Let's take the second row. 3 plus 18 is 21 plus 12 is 33 plus 9 is 42. The others we have 10, 21, 22, 42, 15, 21, 33, 42. Let's try the columns. We have 14 plus 3 is 17, plus 10 is 27, plus 15 is 42. The others are 7, 25, 36, 42, 17, 29, 30, 42, 4, 13, 33, 42. How about that? I actually decided to take it one step further. I decided to make the diagonals add up to 42 as well. Check it out. 14, 32, 33, 42, 4, 16, 27, 42. But I didn't stop there either. Notice how the middle box adds up to 42. Check it out. 18, 30, 41, 42. But did I stop there? No. I don't know if you noticed, but I paid a little extra attention to that box right there. What I did is I made this group of 4 add up to 42. Check it out. 14, 21, 24, 42. But did I stop there? No, I thought, let's have a party. Let's get this group of 4, and this group of 4, and this group of 4. But did I stop there? No, I got this group of 4, 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 this group of 4. In fact, there are 36 different ways this magic square adds up to 42. And let me show you one more way. The 4 corner numbers add up to 42. 14, 18, 33, 42. And of course, the magic square had to add up to 42 because it was started off by fans of biology, astronomy, and general science, the studies of life, the universe, and everything. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed Mathamagic.
Ethan Brown! Jamie, who chose the act I was to follow? How mean can you get to an old guy? I mean...